All right, so a man with PTSD is not to be tolerated. A woman with PTSD, that's okay though. A woman is allowed to have PTSD. Why is that okay and a man is not? Not sure if you noticed, but there's a lot of Americans who are not treated very well. Even though they're still supposed to be Americans, right? Now, some of y'all might have been entertained by part of the Bible study thing last night. Um, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. When Christians start throwing their judgment at me, I start throwing their book at them. If I make a sermon and preach to them about their Bible, well, if I quote from the Bible and state how it works, and I quote from the Constitution, or Bill of Rights, and all of that, well, then people will grossly reinterpret it into whatever the hell they want. So, I mean, really, I should be just threatening people. They're just going to pretend I did anyway. But I threaten people with court, and then I'm prevented from taking them to court, which really fucking sucks. Because they pretend I'm threatening to kill them if I threaten to take them to court. Meanwhile, everybody knows I can't take them to fucking court. All they got to do is call me mentally ill and they win. It's actually pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to go in to McDonald's here. Hopefully I have enough money on my card. I think I just used it too much yesterday and it actually should be good this morning. I'm down to $2 and something cents. I checked this morning, so I don't have enough for anything except coffee, but at least I got enough for coffee. Alright. What a cute dog. Fuck it. I broke my car.
How much coffee? What is it, 7 and 15?
Yes, ma'am. It didn't work last night, or they used too much. Right. I checked this morning, they loaded $2 on it. All right, you do.
Yep, there you go. And 1 second, I'll bring that right up for you.
That's a ladder on top of the board. That's the ladder they use too. It doesn't even when the truck works, it's been living in it. No, it's just a utility. They use it. That's metal roof, never. Square. Board under there. It's not that. It's not nailed. Top rung of a step ladder. Yeah, that thing is right there. Yeah, you don't do that. I work for the guy who did it. I thought that was ready to have. You know, top of the asphalt plant, you put your foot in the grade, they lowered it. Literally, back in the movie, you saw that stuff. Yeah. Did a lot of risky things over here. Yeah. Chester Fuller, remember him, Jeff Fuller? I know the name, that's Fuller. He stopped off. His nose was always around. He had COVID, you know. He had stopped off, and his eyes got some shit right here. They come in. We get by that stuff. Then the guys had chew hanging out of their mouth and spitting all the time. Had a jug in the car. How did came this close? To what? The what? No.
Yeah, he did. They almost hit.
No, you gotta be shit, man.
I don't have a bumper.
Like, making worse, yeah. He has a blade, he has. I never saw him, I quit driving. I quit. I was getting a car. What do they call wind blast? Yeah. Oh, that was the name.
What was your nickname?
Not yet.
Sounds stupid.
Said he's just stupid as he was last
You
year.
didn't learn anything, you're stupider than last year.
Yeah, that's right. Ain't no lot of money in. Anything last year, I don't know, you're pretty stupid last year.
Here comes Richard in Belling's car.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he must have dropped her off.
I wonder if she knows he's got it.
Oh, damn, sidekicks with it.
What's it?
It was in there, look at it. Go out there and
What's the red?
Bob and check
Yeah,
the,
a lot of red cars are handicapped drivers.
that's why I
He said he got one, and he's got one. I've got one driver. I don't know with it.
I used to have a red
Lane driver.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah, I did,
Yeah.
a long time ago.
A different color red.
See that kid?
Not so much as ruby red. Yeah, it's a proper,
It was just red.
proper treatment. Yeah. It's Supreme Court, unanimous, 9-0, stand, goes through the score.
Where it scored,
Good.
probably back.
Yeah, so why not? He was a, you know, they just passed him through with.
Well, that's what I was thinking about, Ronnie.
Well, they didn't try it, it could be done. Richard does it here.
Still, we would have been
Done here. Because you can do it for, you can't, you can hear them, believe it or not. We don't want it.
No.
Jerry Driscoll had a tree.
You guys did your legs, if you're under the roof.
That's right, yeah. We were being wrong.
Right, it's saying now.
Kenny Phillips taught, Kenny Phillips taught.
He used to write him a note, because he can't read or write, he used to say, yeah, you're an asshole. If you couldn't read or write. You always read his white note, just white grave, so.
But he had a watch for daylight time and a watch
Yeah.
for Canada time. Like he doesn't
And then he also has one for Hawaii and
Minnesota.
His 4-watch, Ronnie. His 4-watches.
Speaking about memory, Bob Creek is going to trying to memorize his stuff. We knew he knew it. When he got far enough, we know we knew.
Worst thing we could do is talk. Person says,
No, he's right. That wasn't.
Tom, he's playing pickleball.
Pickleball.
That's what Ronnie calls it,
Why
pickleball.
is he in handicap? Look at him. He's so able to play pickleball.
A male is not allowed to be in crisis. If he's in crisis, you punish him. Of course, you do the same to women, don't you? Of course you do. When people start doing things that are abusive, I know how to be abusive too. I'm not a fucking idiot. See, that's the thing about them folks on Pearl Street. Josh Hughes told me what was it? I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, if you watched me work, you'd think I was a saint, and if you listened to me speak, you'd think I was Satan. What these folks aren't understanding is that I am in a desperate situation because of rumors. A lot of people take a look at the thing with Natalie Bollinger and they go, hey, you know, that's pretty messed up. This just goes to show that you shouldn't count your eggs before they're cooked. This just goes to show that the media can fuck things up a lot. Well, it wasn't just the media. It was also the cops. It was also my friends and family. It was also Natalie's friends and family. And of course, the public worldwide. I had so many nut jobs from other countries tell me, I can't do nothing. I'm in Canada. I can't do nothing. I'm in Germany. I can't do nothing. I'm in the UK. I can't do nothing. I'm in Australia. I can't do nothing. I'm in New Zealand. I'm like, you can't speak in your countries? Judges tried to make it illegal for me to use my First Amendment too. I still use it. One of them ladies from New Zealand, she was a pleasant surprise only because most of the stuff she posted up was about Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, Johnny Depp. I'm like, well, at least it's not all man-hater stuff. Fuck. The other day when I went over there and she was on a private call for like, I don't know, a few hours. And then trying to talk to her afterward, or talk to her beforehand, trying to be heard for once, please. I got a lot of the recordings and I went back through and I listened to them and I'm like, oh shit, right there. I remember exactly what I was thinking. I either got to do what she wants or I'm going to lose my shit. I don't mean like go crazy, lose my shit. What I mean is my property, my things. She says they're safe. But like with everywhere that I'm at, the safety of those items is dependent upon how honest I am. The less honest I am, well, the less I tell the truth, I should say, the more likely that it is to drag out and nothing gets done. If you're gonna say you're gonna do something and somebody who's disabled is depending on you, they don't want to be dependent on you, alright? I want to wipe my own ass, just like everybody else. Thank goodness I'm still able to wipe my own ass. There's also a lot of things that I am not able to do. And without a friend or family who actually cares, to actually call these places, actually take a serious look at it. Alright? A lot of it, as far as the evidence goes, we can play catch up on that. But it's important to make a lot of calls in rapid succession, not waiting, hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. That kills people. See if my computer will work today. I hope it will. Just trying to do an update, so it might not. Hopefully it'll warm up enough I can try to fix my vehicle. I have no money left, no gas left. Luckily I got an extra hose. If it's just a hose, then I can probably fix it. It's probably the bottom hose because of how much it leaks.
Tom, you better buy them old ladies some coffee or something to let them give me mercy a little bit.
The radiator pop.
Oh yeah, they're old idea. Food now.
D. Davis plays, Donna Nash.
And the radiator, thank goodness, is cheap.
In this field one morning, and they come across this hole in the ground. Well, they look down in there and it's really dark. They can't see the bottom, so one of them picks up a rock and throws it in the hole, and nothing. Didn't hit the bottom or anything. So his buddy goes over and picks up a pretty good sized boulder and throws it into the hole, and nothing. No noise. It never sounds like it hit the bottom. So they think, wow. Well, they look over on the edge of the field. They see a railroad tie. So they go over there and they struggle back to the hole with the railroad tie, and they throw it down in the hole. Nothing. Down here, there. Like, and next thing you know, there's a goat about 100 yards away, running at him full speed ahead, and dove down in that hole and disappeared Nothing, they didn't hear him go. So anyway, they're just staring down in that hole, and the farmer whose field they were in comes walking up to them and said, Bill said, have you seen my prize goat? And they says, no, but it's funny. Just a minute ago, a goat came running across the field 100 miles out, dove down in that hole, disappeared, and we never did hear it hit the bottom. And the farmer says, well, that couldn't have been my goat. I had it tethered up to a railroad tie over there. See, I couldn't remember that too long.
That's right.
I don't know where that was going.
Yeah, I don't know.
You knew that? You figured it.
Okay, as far as he's driving, when he was working at that jewelry shop, he was always riding his bike.
Well, he doesn't like to ride it.
He lives in town now, so. Well, he lives in town now.
Yeah. Yeah, but he still rides his bike though, when he was working and everything. You see him riding his bike all
Bill
over the
Grogan's
place.
goat. Remember that little line, Bill Grogan's goat?
Just checking to see if you're still
Remember
here.
that? Bill Grogan's goat was feeling fine, he pulled her off the line. Bill Grogan's goat was feeling fine, he pulled her off the line, that kind of stuff. Yeah, the Grogan's goat was feeling fine. The farmer tied him to the whistle blew, the train drew nigh. Well, anyway.
I thought Tom lived over like Cedar Avenue down that way. Yeah. His old house.
He in his old house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He doesn't live there yet.
Huh?
I don't think he lives with you.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Huh?
I know he did.
Yeah,
Okay,
I thought you said present tense.
he lived near, he was on 7th, 6th, somewhere there. I know exactly where the house
Okay.
was. When he first came to Tillman. We thought he was the front man for the mafia. Yeah, we had Sid Johnson, McInerney, Ahern, Sid.
Yeah.
Yeah. McInerney, he always had one, he'd go to the Elks and throw a feet out in the head. Stagger back to work. Go to McInerney, he and his wife would get into an argument every time. Yeah, she worked in the shop with him. Don't you start in on me.
My two.
She shoot her in the younger days, but they're in France, during World War II. Yeah. Yeah. They're in France. Well, he wasn't much of a looker, so he was working.
He wanted a passport from the US.
It's not this big. Yeah.
Everybody wanted to come to the US.
Two of the three.
You wanna go over to coffee pot?
No, Richard's still alive.
They're on the end.
Washington,
He's gonna request.
McInerney.
You need some more coffee, Bill?
I'm not Bill.
No.
Sam, Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
Well, the guy comes around, but the guy's not here.
Okay, I'll go up there and get ask to bring a pot over then.
No, get it. Go in there and
You
pick
want
it up.
one?
Sure.
Yeah, and we got several customers.
People gonna bring it down.
Yeah, have the guy wear the Biden shirt do it.
He can't get out either.
Figure that out.
Well, this one over here,
You watch it.
that is 10, and then you got,
Got 107. Can you bring the coffee?
you got 7 dots, but here it says.
That's 108.
No, but
This
that's
is 109.
2 3. Over there, it's.
Have a good day, Bob.
See you, buddy. See you later, Bob. Straight home.
Well, I don't.
We got one today.
I figured it's 30 for one.
You've been a road lawyer, going back and forth doing stuff.
Well, not next week, right? And then over here it's supposed to be 8.
Yeah, we tried to go to a game last week.
3 and 3 is 6. One is one.
We let they can be
1
the
or
they can be
6.
1-4.
I read it because that
I
there
don't understand it. And then they go to the
It's
military. They'll decide for you.
Yeah, I don't have them.
I don't know about baseball, but the deal about it. Or they would know. They couldn't have. No, I was telling Mike to go get that stupid light up there, but I can't.
Oh.
Just needs a new.
See you, Doc.
That's what it's telling you.
Tesla.
That's what.
So what you driving?
Before they have the lift trucks, they used to have to climb up to their over and change lights for the.
Oh.
You can't find out.
Flipper.
He used to live in the whole. And then they finally said, no more.
Don't park next to the
No,
building.
yeah, we don't want to get up there and recline that and have part of their
Tesla.
PR.
Tesla exploded. They want to come through.
Well, rewired for all the, when they redid the football field out there, we rewired all that stuff and took all the old lights down. Off the football field.
Yeah.
And Stacy that runs the shop now, he took them all home and found them all around his barn.
Did he?
I go, man, they got on my ear neighbor.
Yeah.
You ever go to the football game?
They go live. So they
Drove me around.
Right.
The guy announced
So,
that had to announce every. So just flinched, but they didn't check. I mean, every play had to say
Sounds
something.
like Randy on the radio.
Huh?
Randy on the radio.
I don't mind ringing.
You know them, they
Yeah.
got their trucks in the high school, they used
Yeah,
to.
they brewing that coffee nice or what?
yeah.
Are they brewing the coffee? You want?
Yeah, they are.
They're brewing it, okay.
7-minute coffee.
Okay.
I'm thinking,
Yeah.
That's what I'm You're grinding. Imported them. Well, let's see how our market's
Maybe it's up 9:45.
It was up? Well, I have news for you.
Up for a minute.
I want to know about the interest rate. How much you're gonna raise it? Quarter%?
1/4%, that's what they were saying.
they're saying not at all.
Oh, now they're saying not at all.
Well, yeah, they're saying maybe they'll.
I thought they were gonna do that because they
Must be a
they
steal.
were,
Okay. Good job.
they were, all the banks were going big.
Yeah.
But then they were gonna raise
These
the
guys
state
can't
guys.
negotiate.
Probably print out another $100.
Okay, wait a minute. Go ahead. That's for the whole table. Whoa, take it.
It's okay. Oh, I can't.
You can't accept tenders.
Oh, I can't.
Well, take it.
We put it on the floor, would you pick it up?
Somebody else will do
Thank you.
it. Remember when they changed that, you have a real good way for.
I don't know, but if
Take
you
care of them.
raise it, I guess.
They said take all
Yeah,
the.
and then it was going back and forth, so they didn't know.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You're that Red Meyer breaking out the lady that retrieves the cards and so forth. Kind of skinny.
Yeah.
I gave her a tip the other day. It's a good take that. Pick it up.
Did you say yes?
But I can't. I really can't do this. But in this case.
Yeah, they can't.
I tried to kill it,
Fred Meyer doesn't suppose they get fired if they said kill, because they both put it in a jar
See her now,
and
it's
split it.
how many miles? They're looking at what? 5 miles. Well,
That poor gal, the guy with his charts, oh my God, we were talking about, she's energetic, she's a worker.
She's a real
Yeah, she's very friendly, we're very polite. And Fred Meyer, you used to give us, you can pick up a slip and compliment it, boys, yeah, they don't do that anymore.
On the back and forth.
That's right.
About 5 or 6 times.
A lot of,
She sees me.
a lot of them are managers in training.
The other
Because the lines will be
Yeah, I know.
waiting, because they have no cashiers, those managers don't do shit.
Well, they just
They
walk
stand
down
there.
I know they do. The managers in
That's
departments,
not
like
their
Fred Meyer.
I get something for their paycheck, I'll tell you what.
Ones I know. Is that right?
Some of these damn kids,
Jerry Brown.
it's rude people.
Yeah.
I just like, kill them.
No, and every time I go there, I don't care if they're
Yeah,
not 5 or 6 at a time.
I know.
On the grocery side, there's a couple guys over the
Training, yeah, I don't mind, but
like they're not
1 or 2, not the whole
I know.
Yeah, a whole line of it,
Of
so.
course, I go to Safeway and there's only one.
Yeah, there's no more stuff on the
I try not to do the stuff. I feel like it's taking the job away from somebody.
We're finding that the people, it's like there's a couple guys in the produce department, but the produce, they know that it's,
Yeah.
they really do.
Yeah.
Because my wife was talking to a couple of them about lettuce and some other things, and so everything was going really well. So when she checked out, she said, could I talk to the manager? You know, but she wanted to compliment the manager on this doing work. And so the manager showed up, of course. Roll, they turned the tables on him. No, he wanted to compliment the people in the produce department. Yeah,
What you can do is go to cars.
and Safeway, I mean,
Oh, you're talking about Safeway?
no, but I'm talking Safeway.
Oh,
Fred Meyer doesn't have those cards. Unless they reinstitute. Last year I tried to do that.
Oh, okay.
It was a gal, but they were living, they were the dish guy, residents could be. Anyway, he was so good.
I know.
You were checking the standing on the TV all day.
They've been there probably 1 year.
Oh, that's.
Oh, you're gonna check.
Yeah.
How much?
For the most part. They'll deny you.
They don't like it.
Oh, yeah. All the time. No, can't take it then. Well, I've already made it. No.
Now the teenagers don't want to.
I wanted to do half of my Fred Meyer card, I don't wanna write a check.
Walk up there about it, it was really hard for you down on black. And you're gonna oh, good check.
Move that card out of here really quick.
How many people? You pick up, you get a card, and scan, then you put your stuff in the box. And then you hand them the.
Well, that's okay.
How'd that work? Okay, I'm not gonna stand it.
Yeah, but it would,
I would have
but
been.
it would, we could, well, that would be a poor renter.
Right.
You had the mother going out the door.
Yeah, because it wasn't scanned.
Yeah, Fred Meyer does that too, they try to get so many people that don't get enough hours.
Shaquille O'Neal.
So what are your?
A lot of people, they may mean well, but they don't stop to comprehend what the person who is going through this is actually going through, waiting on you to keep your fucking word because they can't do it themselves. That is what the mentally ill tag does. Many of you have friends or family members who help you with this shit. Here's the difference between somebody who actually genuinely cares about you and somebody who's trying to be nice. Somebody who thinks you're a pet project. The person who genuinely cares about you is going to fucking listen to you, and they're going to want to look at the fucking evidence. They're going to want to do something about it. Y'all don't understand at all. I'm told by women that I can't be a victim. I'm told by black people that I can't be a victim. Statistically, I am the most likely victim in the goddamn country. I'm the most likely person to be shot by a police officer. The most likely person to be denied services. Most of the services for men, you have to be either a felon or very specifically a sex offender. It's all right for Robert Franklin Warnick to literally target me, to assault me, to threaten my life. And I'm not allowed to speak up because he's protected because he's a fucking chimo. See, you guys aren't giving all this shit to Robert Franklin Warnick, are you? No, you're giving it to an innocent man. That's not cool. I can't take care of myself, okay? I can't take care of myself. You talk about everything I've been given. You don't stop to look at everything that's been taken away or why. You don't stop to look at both sides. Nobody fucking does. I'm treated like a fucking retard when people want to victimize me and get away with it. When they want to prevent me from turning in a fucking report, they gaslighted the fuck out of me before she was fucking killed. Do you not fucking understand that? Do you not understand that I had to fucking avoid Boulder and all of my friends and family there? How many people saw me in Boulder, Colorado in 2017? Until Natalie disappeared? There was maybe a handful of days that I've spent in Boulder, Colorado that entire year. And I didn't spend any of them in Boulder, Colorado prior to Natalie disappearing. A lot of people want to throw shit in my face that is absolutely the opposite of what I needed. But they wouldn't come off it, and I was stuck in a subservient position, and they were getting fucking irate. Or drunk and moody. Or just so fucked up on meth that they're digging through their own shit trying to find the meth that they're fucking overdosing on. A lot of people had great ideas, but you look at it, anybody can fucking speak up. Why is it that hundreds of women who speak up about all sorts of shit every day want to act like retards? Don't pretend like you're going to help. All of you know how to speak up. Yes, you can fucking speak up from New Zealand. Yes, you can speak up from Australia. They make all these Natalie Bollinger things, right? You guys say you can't speak up, you don't know how, blah, blah, blah. There's all these Natalie Bollinger things that pop up, all about Natalie Bollinger painting me as a fucking horrible person. I didn't do things that were horrible. I did things that were fucking necessary. When you're a homeless man, Even your own friends don't fucking listen to you. They're not gonna fucking speak up. You're talking to the goddamn peanut gallery. Sure, they'll promise to help, and then when they don't keep their word, their excuse is what? Well, nobody helped me when it happened to me. Who did you go to, Rabbit? God, that tobacco is nasty. Alright. Fucking keep knocking my goddamn phone over when I pull shit out. Oh, there's my tobacco pipe. No, that one's empty. Oh, here's a Java monster. You can get them out of the sun. Nope, there is no tobacco in that. Ugh. Fuck it. Jesus. Please help me, Jesus. Let's take a look at the mess I got before I go in. That's my fluid. The problem with procrastinators, a lot of people have great ideas, but the idea here is that you listen to the victim and then you turn it in. See, that's the whole fucking point of all of this. You help the victim turn it in. If your friend's harmed and you tell them, hey dude, there's this chick, right? And I totally dig her. You understand. No, I would never say to a fucking friend in the back like that. Now, as far as treating people with equality, I'm not even capable of that. There's a lot of evil shit that you guys do every day, not giving a fuck about other human beings, including pretending to be their friend, promising them if they ever need anything, you'll be there. If they ever need anything, just ask. I needed somebody to go in with me so that I could turn in fucking people that were fucking ripping me off, taking advantage of me, and fucking assaulting me, preventing me from seeing my loved ones. That's called social isolation. And yeah, women have learned that they can literally destroy a man and fucking push him to commit suicide by doing this. It's not a matter of evil. It's a matter of being taught that way. Our education here in America is very lacking. So we made a lot of headway. In the 1980s, those of us born in the 1980s lived in about the least racist society that America has ever had. Of course, then we've got the internet, right? And we've got people that are going to tell you what to think and what to feel. And pretty soon everybody's stuck on memes and video games. And don't know how to socialize at all. Don't know how to listen to another human being. And then we're stuck in a situation where we, the people of the United States, don't actually exist. Everybody's out for themselves. And that's how the whole world works. Not a personal thing against you. We just live in a country that sucks. This isn't the only country that sucks. Every country utilizes propaganda. Everyone. Every one of these groups vying for your attention uses propaganda.
If I was younger and had money, I'd try to get a semi-pro.
I show you the propaganda and I behave badly. Because if I don't behave badly, you don't look, you don't listen. And although you guys call it behaving badly, I call it necessary. Obviously, I can barely function to speak right now. And it's not that anybody's trying to be mean or evil to me.
Did you have a shower facilities at NBC?
I don't know about
Just too loud for me, it's overwhelming. Plus, you guys want me to forget about all of the things that I have to worry about on a daily basis, because they are issues that I have to deal with on a daily basis. And for people to blow me off about those issues, like if I just ignore them, really, how does that work? Now, each and every one of these people who pretended to be my friend and threw me away without finding out what was going on, I'm not very nice to them. I also speak up and I show that I went to these people for help, that I went to a lot of people for help, that I did tell the truth. Well, then I posted on the internet. A lot of people are friends with my predators, and that's because, well, the places that I've been are pretty small communities. Boulder, Colorado, most of the people that I knew there had jobs. Most of the homeless people that I knew had jobs and were sober, oddly enough. Some of them were in transitional programs because they'd just gotten out of prison. That had a lot to do with their sobriety. Some of them, they ended up homeless and they wanted to keep their job. There was one guy, I want to say he was homeless for like 10 years, had the same job the whole time. He just had a mountain of debt and screwed up credit. And having an ex-wife, I don't know how all that works. I've never been married. I imagine if somebody needed help with that bad enough and came to me and asked, you could sit down and work on it. With my abilities and disabilities, it's important to have somebody that knows how to listen and knows how to look.
I tried to get it twice.
That's probably about the most important thing. That's one of the reasons why I gotta try to find somebody who's not a coward. Somebody who's not afraid to admit they're willing to look. They're willing to help share it.
Two pieces of jokes and a banana, that's what I had. No sausage. You didn't have
Nice broccoli, cabbage.
When you back somebody into a corner with a stick, you and your buddies do this, and that person screams for help.
That was it. Oh, for 2
Well,
Okay.
You're not the victim. You're poking him with a stick. You got him backed into a corner. And you want to play victim because he's doing whatever it takes to try to survive in that situation. Why would you force somebody into that situation to begin with? Good morning, Anna. Yes. Ooh. If I was a boxer, I'd be gaseous clay.
Just remind me again tomorrow.
Okay. Sheriff, will you remember tomorrow?
I'll remember.
Okay.
Where are you gonna have coffee tomorrow?
Yeah.
It's okay to make a mistake. It's absolutely okay to make a mistake.
S-H-I.
Making a mistake is not predatory. It's a mistake. Covering up that mistake, on the other hand, is criminal. When it comes to assisting others in getting away with crimes, or, well, there's actually a whole list of laws I had to go through again. And I've got examples of each of these from the court paperwork, and I've made videos where I show the laws versus what the way it was used, and like, these guys were way out of line. But another thing that's important to note is it's called case law. Now, if we look at the situation with me and the way that the term mentally ill was used, the way that misdiagnoses were used, they didn't bother to listen to any of my friends or any of my family. They only listened to my predators. But why did it matter? None of my friends or family cared anyway. No matter how good I was to them, it didn't matter. They weren't going to explain any of what they'd been involved in with the situation. Alex Foreman never came forward and explained that he had helped me to get back from Virginia. Yeah, I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be anywhere near somebody who wanted to pretend like I would hurt them. That is the meanest thing that a woman can do. That is literally attempting to murder him when you do that. You are attempting to incite people to murder when you do that. You don't stop to consider that. And if you're a pretty blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl, my God, you absolutely know that you can do that. There's a lot of people who have positions of power. We need to set an example of who we want in those power positions. Do you want corruption, deceit? Do you want to be taking something that's commonplace with officers that they have made so commonplace that they can do it to any homeless person at will? But then when they mess up, it costs the American taxpayers how much? And you guys want to complain about having to pay that money that you guys had to pay out $95,000 to one of Lola Ty's victims. You had to pay out $132,000 to another of Lola Ty's victims.
Turn that on. What does it say?
In all these cases, it was people that he thought were homeless or actually were. The only two people who got any sort of satisfaction were the two that lived in houses. And they pretended that it was because of their skin color. No, wasn't their skin color.
He's working his way up.
They were assumed to be homeless. If you've ever been in the homeless community, you know that the way that Zayd Atkinson's dressed definitely fits right in. If you've ever lived in a homeless community in Boulder, you know the way that Samuel Leon Lawrence IV was dressed and also acting is very, very much, well, right in line with the Boulder homeless community. We got men in dresses out there on the streets. We got women in dresses on the streets. We got men in slacks, women in slacks. We got people from Africa wearing all sorts of different garb. We got people like, well, Janine Barrett, for example. She had a whole cultural heritage thing going on for a while there. She wanted to try to be proud of her son's cultural heritage and try to show support when it was during 1 February. The only reason I remember that is because it was during Black History Month and it was cold, and she was wearing this, it's like a traditional African smock thing, and I don't know. It's really nice to learn about different cultures and different histories, but also you got to understand what parts are not worth emulating. You know, there's a lot of stuff where you want to condemn an entire society over a few people in it. Or, for example, well, autistic people. We're a very diverse group, but we're also a very diverse group that is kind of along the same lines as your token black friend. I mean, you have one so that you have one, and you can say you're not racist because you have one. Or, you know, I can't be hateful towards disabled people. I got a friend who's disabled. Well, that's cool, and thank you for that. But when your disabled friend is hurt, do you still remember him, or was he just somebody who you could tell your friends that you did this or you did that? Hey, I fed this guy. He was disabled, so I gave him some food. People were accusing him of killing somebody, so I took him in and I gave him some food. Here's the thing, I'm grateful for that so much. I'm grateful for the things that were done, the things that people helped me with. But part of the problem is that they didn't come forward about it. Much more of the problem is that they didn't understand the communication issues that I was literally going to have if they couldn't stop and at least listen. I had to stop people to try to explain to them, hey, these are autistic traits that I'm exhibiting here. Some of these are traits of PTSD that I'm exhibiting. A lot of these people had never seen me in a state of crisis like that, but the thing is, that state of crisis started when I hurt my back on my birthday, well, the day before my birthday in 2018. And I did find a post from the beginning of October. My back was already screwed up by the time that happened. But, I mean, I really screwed myself up. When I try to explain the pain, it's something that people don't quite understand because I have internal pain, and then I also have skin sensitivity in places, and I have sometimes if my back pops, then it'll shoot pain up and down my back, and it also makes certain spots on my back really sensitive, which just sucks. But some of it is muscle fatigue. Some of it is skin sensitivity, and it's also where the skin sensitivity is at. The skin sensitivity goes probably up until about the middle of my shoulder blades. But it's a different skin sensitivity in different areas. Like closer to my lumbar vertebrae, there's a lot of pressure there. You know, I feel that whole lightning shooting up my back. That's the only example I can give. For the best analogy I can give, it hurts. I have numbness and tingly fingers, and mostly on my right hand. It's real heavy on my right hand. That's from the assault by Officer William Lolatai.
Oh, he's language with
The case law that they've used against me means that anybody who is disabled can be abused in exactly the same way.
silk tie,
And
his little three-piece suit.
we need to stop that. We need to be responsible, not just the pretty white girls who are embarrassed.
That doesn't make sense.
He was.
If we're going to make laws to defend disabled people and to protect disabled people, then they need to actually do those. They don't. The United States government makes everything impossible for somebody who's not capable of doing it for themselves. People have me fill out a bunch of paperwork. I fill out so much paperwork. Someone needs to get on this and stay on it and actually assist me. Understand, I do have disabilities, yes, but I'm not retarded. And I can't trust you if you're going to keep making promises and then breaking it and wanting to redo the deal. You break your word, I'm no longer under any obligation to keep mine. We made a deal. We made a verbal agreement and a verbal contract.
He was. Now he's over there.
And it's also recorded, so it can be upheld by law.
That was here?
I have to take your word for it. That's what's horrible, is that I don't have anyone to help me to do these things, so I have to trust anybody who offers, even if they got severe mental problems, even if it's a drug addict. Guys tell me to get away from them. They come up to me. They come up to Michael. Yes, I'm nice to people. I'm as nice as I can be. I'm as diplomatic as I can be. I'm hoping that if I'm good to people, maybe they'll be good to me. Y'all tell me to do things by myself. I show you examples of what happens if I do it by myself and it isn't good. I show you examples of what happens if somebody actually makes an effort. We get a little bit further, but it also depends on their amount of effort which they put in.
Yeah, or whatever it was. Yeah, whatever it was. That's the awning's office. Now we cut it when we went there walking. That's what awning's office.
You wanna know? In my opinion, what an idiot. I'm upstairs and I have teenage boys. Ellen comes up, oh, we gotta get downstairs, there's a big cop standing in there that what happens after that? Well, I go down there and there's trucks standing in front of my about 3 Mexican women. I said, what is going on here? And he actually bad mouthed. He said, well, we're here for these people, is that all right? What happened is across the street, the old man got drunk, was trying to beat up the lady. And they came to our house, which was okay. But for him to stand there in my house, down like me, the owner of the house, so I pulled up in front of a high school, like we go. And I didn't have my seatbelt on. And truck comes running out, gets in his car, throws his light on right behind me. And I said, oh, he's gonna damn me for no seatbelt. So I stopped. And he's still blinking, and I look behind, he says, hey. So then he goes around and picks up. What was wrong with him waiting until I left? Get on the street and turn his light on and go where he's going. He put his light on me and that means to stop. To me, he's an idiot. But I like it.
Yeah, we used to have like, Ronnie used to call the cop all the time when somebody drives off to school in the yard. Jim, we had 10 cops there about 2 or 3 times.
For what?
For somebody driving on the schoolyard, we had 10 in the back. I guess they were bored or something, but pretty soon, here comes all these lights up there flashing and everything. We had the city cops, the skaters,
Yeah, they should. They should take whoever this out and hang him right there for flight.
Yeah, but they, after the guy left, after they left, driving on the lawn of Kent Top, really they were that bored.
You probably didn't cite anybody.
No, they couldn't find anybody, so, but they were several times going, these buses here for driving on the lawn.
You don't wanna rub a bank here.
No, you don't.
Way out.
One way north, one way.
That's the reason they put a gate up there for us, so we drove in the, before that, so we drove in the, through the old stack farm. When it was over there in that corner.
On the football field.
Yeah, football field.
Did you see the video that someone took a wrong video? One up the slough right here, airport slough, you know, the asphalt trail. You go up there a little ways, and then they show half of things to the left, footbridge about so wide, they have man behind, sort of in behind.
Yeah,
Yeah, back in there, yeah.
back in there, it's all crashed. I took my sister back there about a month ago. She wanted to look at all over where all the homeless was. I took her back there, it's all
On that
crashed. Yeah.
Did you go across that whole footbridge?
No, we didn't get out of the car.
Oh, I see.
But I mean, you can look back there and see all the parking and stuff.
Wide enough to drive, you're not supposed to drive.
Well,
On the road.
You can ride bicycle.
Right, okay.
you can right where they lifted it up, you can drive back there.
It's wider.
That's where we went to look at. You can see all the homeless back.
But they go down and get far, down there. And they can walk the coast.
How do they have houses over there?
I know.
I don't know what's gonna happen when they start to build back there. All the construction is gonna be back there.
I can walk down there and down.
They'll have to move them or, fence all that off or something like that. They
Going through.
That's true.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way or you're getting buried.
Because I mean, I don't think they want all the equipment back there.
You going to the Y?
Homeless.
I was going to, but I don't think I will.
I mean,
I gotta get there. I just don't got all kinds of excuses.
Well, same here, I have a
because they have, like I was saying, they have,
dog that's injured and a sick one.
outlets and everything. Out the dog.
Yeah, the dog needs to sit
I
right
don't know what they're getting the outlets from the beach floor and,
Oh, yeah.
smoke.
But I gotta go. I've only gone once.
Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
I'm gonna go at least once a month under our program,
Okay,
or the Y doesn't get their money.
okay, I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna be gone.
Alright, so my disability money.
Well, I thought about doing that.
And what I was gonna do with it. So here's the problem with everybody in America. They're trying to force us into the ocean. If you already been screwed over, here's how easy it is to get screwed over just like that in America. Your mom and dad are on cocaine, you grow up in the system. You grow up in the system, you get dropped off at nothing at 18. This is simply how it is. From there, you're basically victimized into nothing. You're already in poverty. You're already homeless. Me, when I turned 18, I was homeless in Chapel, Nebraska with no vehicle, no ID, no driver's license, and barely a clue how to drive a car. Now there's the thing with the disability. I didn't get a lot of back pay, but the back pay that I was supposed to get, that was right after Natalie was killed, and I was spending all my money to run around to everywhere that everybody told me to go. If you go here, they'll help. If you go there, they'll help. No, not without a friend or family going in with me, and they have to speak up. They can't just ignore it or pretend that it didn't happen and then throw it in my face later on when they pretended it didn't happen. And then they want to throw it in my face that they did that. Oh, Sean, I'm not your friend. You claimed I didn't help you. Well, I did this, and this. I'm like, exactly. You did those things. I stated that you did those things.
Does anybody know anything
And you
about
were what?
fireworks over on the
Silent
side of town?
the whole time while people sold a false narrative.
They used to have a big old boat in front of
You know, by the time they realized that Joseph Michael Lopez had blown her brains out, you know, at that point, my friend should have felt a little bit safer about coming forward and telling the truth about how hard I had tried to get help. Each and every one of them individually wanted to tell me all this other stuff to do. None of them could agree on the color of crap.
Do you know what they do? Do they do railing?
I don't know what they do.
Okay.
Because
Now we've got the homeless issue, right? Where everybody hates the homeless. It's unsightly. We want them gone. Karens aren't just women. See, this is the thing that we got about sexism. There's a bunch of Karens that are men too. Wouldn't you just love it if there was a Karen video where it was dudes? I mean, seriously, there should be.
Arlo Buffett? Is that? Okay. Well, I need railing for my house. I'm going up to the steps.
There's no place for the homeless to go. Homelessness is on the rise because we're all being raped financially. We've got a lot of people who are already set in their ways and set in their finances and lived in a better era where we got better wages. There's a guy who was talking about how he was in World War II. He was getting paid $30 a month, and he was paying $9 a month in insurance. So he got, what, $21 a month to live on? He also talked about how far that went.
I need solid iron.
That was a lot of money back then, and it was really just jack crap. But when he got out of the military, there was often a bit of money saved up, and then there's also the promises. Of course, World War I soldiers got those promises too. And they ended up homeless, trying to get their benefits. You ever hear of Hoovervilles? Yeah, what they do to those, they bulldoze them. That's what we do to them today. Homeless people aren't human beings, and we have shown loud and clear that human beings are only human beings if they're not homeless. If you have a house, if you have property, you have rights. If you don't, you're subject to the will of the community that you're in. If you're too broke to move, or they want you to abandon all your stuff, they just hate you and want you to leave. This is America. It's a hateful place. A lot of people want to tell me, oh, well, you know, you're white, you know, you got all these white things that you white people do, like your Klan meetings. I'm like, I look too Jewish. I look way too Jewish to be allowed in a Klan meeting. But thank you very much.
You know the one that's behind here?
I'm also proud of my heritage. How true is that? Well,
I approached him about 3 years ago.
I am proud that I took the time to learn what I could about multiple heritages. That's my heritage.
That would be the one you think.
Education. You know, there's one thing about Native Americans that, you know, when I was growing up, I heard all this stuff about Native Americans. Also, how we're supposed to call them Native Americans because it was PC at the time. And so I started learning about Native Americans, and it turns out that's like learning about Europeans. Different languages, different religions, different beliefs, different origin beliefs, different geographic locations, different warring factions. When we teach the history of Europe, we talk about the Europeans against the Europeans, or do we go, no, it's the French against the Germans, or the British against the Germans? I'm only 15% battery on this thing.
No, they're not there anymore.
Me being stuck in public is very difficult for me. When I was in Boulder, Colorado, it was a lot more comfortable a thing to do because I was good to the homeless community and they were good to me. The cops always sucked, but the homeless were good to me. That was about it. Well, they were nice to me, I suppose. And I was nice to them. They needed help. I didn't make them beg for 6 months. The thing is, people are lazy and uncaring. And sure, they want you around when you're fun and when you do fun things, or when you have resources that you can bring to them. But when it comes to helping you, all they're going to do is be negative. And then when you talk about the horrible things that you're having to go through, they want to complain at you for being negative. Gross country. I personally don't like living in the United States. I think it would be nice to live somewhere where I was treated like a human being. We got all this PC crap, right? But then that also creates a lot of contempt. Everybody in America, from racist old farmers to sheriffs in Nebraska to police in Tillamook to junkies in Colorado to military personnel over on the East Coast. We got a bunch of people who know that the homeless are an easy class of people to victimize, and everybody in America knows that if you gotta take it out on somebody and hopefully get 100% chance or guarantee of victory and getting away with victimizing somebody, you pick a homeless male.
Okay, Danny.
Wait, I got 2 more minutes. I said I'm gonna leave in 5 minutes.
I can't function because of the abuse and the gaslighting. And you know what? I try to explain to people how horrible this stuff is. If I give them a tiny taste of what I'm going through, they flip their lids. Oh, you don't like it, but you think that I should? You're gonna let predators get away because you're friends with my predators?
This is Wednesday.
But you want to pretend to be my friend? I'll tell you what, though. I am capable of being a not very friggin' nice person. Don't mess with my friends, don't mess with my family. And if you're gonna pretend that you're my friend and you're just gonna mess with me, well, yeah, I'll just tell the whole world, no problem. It doesn't matter if they believe me. At least I can be prideful in the fact that I said it. The one thing people could not do is listen to the victim. All they talk over me until I couldn't trust them to not talk over me, and I just had to blurt it out 400 miles a minute. Like, for the love of God, what the hell's wrong with you people? You can't shut up and listen to somebody when they're what's going on. You say you're their friend, but you can't hear the words coming out of their mouth. I got recordings where I told people, and I listened to them. Man, did I really have to say that 10 times? I go through and I count. I'm like, no, I only had to say it 10 times in the first 5 minutes of the video. After that, I ended up talking 400 miles a minute. The more you interrupt me, the more frustrated I am, and that's why, bless you, of course, I come to YouTube, Facebook, and I try to vent there. Well, it's not for venting. I'm not going there to vent, and I don't come here to vent. Ain't none of this about venting. If it's just about venting, go to therapy. If going to therapy will fix your problems, go to therapy. Going to a therapist is not going to fix my financial issues. It's not going to fix my physical issues. problem is that those things need to work in conjunction with one another. People need to work together instead of everybody saying it's not their job and forcing people who are disabled and literally can't take care of themselves into a situation where they're going to be victimized until they have a mental breakdown, and then you victimize them for having a mental breakdown. How is that okay?
So, and they never were open. They were open. Yes. Yes. You know, they never were open. Always open. Yes. But she'll be open. Everybody else closed. She's. Yeah. Yeah, and nobody could ever know they could get it. One time we were in line there, and just help. I think you knew before, I said once. And she said,
Oh.
well, we did it 3 times, 4 times. And this is the first time they did it. Yeah, that's what Gus said.
We'll see this one here. This is one of the accounts made harass me.
Is that the happy voice?
Yeah, I call them Moody boys, since they're Moody's.
There's a lot of these, isn't there? Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. And there it goes back to there when this crap first started with this one.
Steak sandwich.
Now, what can we do with these?
And he's usually out, so. We said, what the heck? What's the deal here? You know, you're always
We
out.
can go to this thing up here
He's so relaxed.
and scroll down to the comment that this guy wanted to make, and of course be rude. I'm very rude myself, by the way.
I'll set aside for you.
That's what they do now. Brad calls in and says, we're coming.
Here we go. You click on their comment. You go right over here,
So, yeah, we need to get there.
and we go hide user from this channel.
So loud is steak sandwich.
Well,
A lot of people want to be angry with me about putting this all on the internet and claim that I asked for it for these people to target me. No, I was targeted before I made this channel. When a man speaks up about abuse and then he's abused because he spoke up about abuse, you pretend that he deserved to be abused because he spoke up. This is insanity.
I'll see how this summer goes. I didn't even go to the library. Simply say hi to Laura. Upstairs, I'm just going to say, I'm upstairs.
This one's funny. Somebody was asking about stuff that's verified and what's part of the trial and all that. There was no trial. There was no Joseph Michael Lopez trial.
I think I'm gonna call Costco.
Also, I was never allowed a trial. Ever. Nobody cared who hurt me. None of my friends cared who hurt me. No matter how many times I was assaulted, my friends wanted to tell me to let it go and move on. Or they wanted to tell me to move elsewhere. I kept on moving elsewhere. None of my friends cared to find out if I was moving or not. They didn't care what I was doing, no matter how many times I reached out or how many friends or people who claimed to be my friend. The reality of it is, if you got one real friend in this world, you're lucky. Most of them just want a Prada backpack, the new iPhone. Here's an Eric Schwartz profile. I wonder when this one was made. We'll see. Let's see, it says Eric Schwartz. 1 subscriber. It says home. There's nothing there. Let's see, playlists. There's nothing there. Channels. There's absolutely nothing there. About. Joined December 4th, 2022. Should I report user? No. Don't care. then fellers left and it got a little quieter. Hopefully I'll be able to function a little bit better. The thing is, people expect me to be able to function like this, constantly in a rush, constantly on the search for food and money, or the ability to get to food and money, while I need to be able to defend myself against predators who only ever targeted me because, well, y'all will listen to junkies, but you won't listen to their victims. You'll make excuses for the junkies, you won't listen to their victims. Especially if that victim is male, especially if that victim is homeless. You guys talk about how much you hate junkies, and you will still destroy an innocent man's life over junkies playing junkie head games. If you're gonna tell me something and then you're gonna play victim and call me a liar, well, you know what? In the past, I didn't have the ability to do screenshots, didn't have the ability to record it. But you know what? It didn't stay that way. Now that I do have the ability to record it and have been recording it for a few years, a lot of y'all are pissed off because you recorded. You should have told the truth from the beginning, buddy. You should have gone in with me when I first came to you for help instead of talking over me, treating me like shit, assaulting me, threatening me, or, of course, telling me if I give you this and I give you that and I buy you this and I buy you that, then you'll help. Are you sure? See, there's a difference between helping someone and actual help. You know, even having that hotel room, the Super 8 motel over in Longmont, right across from the Walmart. The whole time I was there, I had to pull my own hair out to try to get the guy who I was literally paying to be there at that point to help. I was like, dude, if you would stop leaving to go fuck around with this ring that you want to pawn and unpawn and pawn and unpawn. But you know what? He did physical labor. He helped carry my stuff. My back was screwed. He went places with me. I had to pay for both of us to go everywhere that we went. He wasn't rich. But again, the situations that happened, he complained to me about them, but didn't come forward about them. A lot of people complain to me about the situations that happened. Well, speak up. Oh no, nobody will listen to me. Well, you know what? You're just making excuses. You're not going to be able to help me. You're a coward.